Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Oh my goodness. All right, German 30 just busted through this roof here, but we still don't have any AIRO alert on German 30. You see? This is what I was looking at. I got to be more careful, actually. I should have I should have should have not exited the trade, but I was happy with what I had. It took a little while to get out of that consolidation. So for the first little bit, I'm going to open up my AIRO here. And let's see if we got any potential trade setups. I don't really want to chase that. Chasing trades is never a good thing because you know it's going to hit potential resistance again. So there was resistance here. So there was a red line here until it broke through. So I actually entered down here and I exited right about there when I started seeing some more resistance because I was satisfied with the trade itself. So let me make sure my Q&A box is open so I can tackle any questions. Danielle out of New Jersey. Perfect. All right. Excuse me. Oh yeah. So you guys have taken some gold? What do you see gold doing? Let's go take a look at gold, guys. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have I usually put my camera on, but my allergies are really bad, so I'm all puffed up. These seasonal allergies have been problematic to be the. So on gold, we're going to be trading on the 5-minute chart. So let's do some quick analysis. We got a nice resistance bar here. This is going to give us some trouble, right? So let's go see the overall trend of the direction of the market. So AIRO gives us the trend, right? So here we made a lower low from over here. Interesting, okay? Now, are we going to be able to break that zone? I'm not taking a trade until it breaks that zone, okay? It has to break that zone. Right now, this is one of the scenarios where you would be not taking this trade long at this point because you have this zone here, right? It could turn around and come straight down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some analysis on the on another platform. I like TradingView a whole lot because it's very friendly, user friendly. Here's my markup for my German 30 trade. So I was looking for it to go long. It came back down. It tested this trend line. And when it got up to about here, I exited. I could have held on to the Bollinger Band bounce. So that would have been an actually very, very profitable trade because this thing moves exponentially fast. So my stop in this scenario, not to exaggerate anything, but we were at, I left it underneath this, underneath here. And then once it broke higher, once this area was broken, then I brought it up to here where that trend line was. Oh, nice, Chris. I don't use trailing stops. When I'm in a trade, I'm going to watch it. So here's a potential for this. Okay, we could have this could go up to here before hitting some more resistance here. So it could generate another zone. So let's go check gold real quick. Someone said gold. I'll be honest with you, I don't trade a whole lot of gold, but let's do it together. The analysis is the same no matter what you're trading, right? Once you get the idea. So the first thing I'm doing, so my Bollinger Band setup here, just so you guys know, is 34 and a standard deviation of 3. It's something that I've been doing. I've been liking it. It's been identifying. It allows me to get into the longer runs and stay in the longer runs a little longer, I guess. But I'm using it for other reasons as well. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of something a little bit more advanced, but we can. I just want to have a really good idea of where gold could be going. No, don't like that. That's not on the wicks here. All right, let's check it out. Now I got it. This is going to be too steep. So let's do it this way. So this fork has to be pointing up. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that one any justice, but no good. Can't do that one either. Give me just a second. So some people have got that run up in gold. That's actually pretty good. So look at this. We got that AIRO. We're just waiting for it to break through. Got a ripple alert. Oh, you do silver? I really don't like silver because the spread. All right, let's take a quick look here. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on here, so I don't trade silver. But if I was to look at this just from a trend line perspective for gold, let's do this real quick. I'm gonna clean this chart up. I'm gonna get rid of all my indicators and stuff, just so we're all on the same page. You see how it looks like it just hunted everyone's stops where they pushed it down and it broke below here. All right, I'm gonna get to some other things real quick because I got a whole bunch of questions in the chat. So I don't use trailing stops. Kresmer, yeah, we're gonna take a look at GCAD and pound Swiss, absolutely. S&P 500, I don't trade it on the 15, I trade it on the 5, but I will definitely go take a look at S&P. S&P is on that same rise, so let's go see what we have on the S&P. S&P 500. Just a sec. All right. So S&P 500. If you want me to take a look at currency pairs or whatnot, please put it in the Q&A section, and then we'll take we'll evaluate it from there. So S&P 500 is actually really nice. You got some room here. So you're in an uptrend. If you got an arrow, so I am not trading it on the 15. I actually like the 5 better. So if you had a 5-minute arrow, which we do, and we have a bounce, right? So we have a bounce. Let's go look at the whatever data window that is. Let's go zoom in a little bit. Let's look for a bounce, right? So arrow, bounce into the zone. I'm fine with that. And a person could take it before the zone. So if you had an inclination to take a short trade, a long trade for a short amount of time, it could be a trade for you. So if I was to put, it's going to be a very tight stop loss, my friends. If I was to take this trade, which I might let it pull back a little bit. My stop loss will be under this trend line, kind of like at this green zone again, right? I don't want it much bigger than that. That'll be the biggest I go. Let's see what the 1 minute has to say. I'm going to go sneak down there and see. So if my stop loss was at 41.79 and I would take it to just before that red zone. I don't want to go into the red zone. I'm not a fan of doing that. I just have to, hold on a sec. I'm going to take it on my live account first, and then we'll take it on the screen in a little bit. Here, just a sec. Sometimes on these calls, I forget to actually take the trades. I talk too much. So just a sec here. Indexes. I'm going to put NAS, S&P, and US 30, even though I'm not going to trade US 30, but. And now I should see it properly. S&P. Yeah, we'll try a little bit. We're just using AIRO to confirm some analysis, right? So don't forget to put your stop loss in, guys, because if you don't put a stop loss, you're risking 100% of your account. You don't want to be doing that. So my stop on this one, 41.79, because it could come really hard, really fast. You could actually, if you wanted to give it more breathing room, you could put it at underneath this zone here, underneath the green zone, because it could come back down into that zone. So you need to position size accordingly. Yeah, so 41.75, I'm fine with that. And take profit. I'm just going to arbitrarily put one at 41.89, but I will probably take myself out of that trade early. So it's just a small trade, just for a little bit. We're going to try and see if we lock something in. Now I've got a couple more questions, so I'll get through those questions in a bit, and we'll see what goes on. I'm happy with S&P. You know, S&P 500. You might get a better entry by waiting, but you may also lose this whole opportunity if you wait. So I'm fine with taking it now. If you want to wait a bit and let it come down a little bit more, then that's completely fine as well. It's up to you. It's up to your trading style and what you want to do, and how you want it to play out. So I think it might still come down a little bit. If it comes down, then you have a better entry price, and then you make more pips when it does go up. So that could be an interesting play. All right, so let's go check this out. Don't over risk though, guys. You want to be in it for the long time. Rowan, that's My crystal ball is broken. If my crystal ball was working, well, let's just say I would be what are we talking about here? Perfect. All right. I'm just checking a couple messages here. Let's do silver real quick. We'll see what goes on. We'll just put our setup here. Give me a second. I'm just gonna check the chat again. Got a great crew of people this morning. CB. My partner in crime.
Hey there, partner.
Hi. I saw you, but I was trying to get everything under control here.
No worries. I hopped on a little late.
You're all good. The second time today, huh?
Yep.
All right, let's see. CB
Market's
is kind of my
minutes here, so we'll see what S&P is going to do.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have taken a trade right before market opens. You know what? I think
Oh, did you already take a trade? I didn't see that.
yeah, I should have waited for market open because it can take a spin real bad.
What did you take? You took a
I went long.
long in S&P?
Yeah. Yeah, I went long on S&P, so yeah, I kind of lost track of time. That's a good point. And I didn't even look for news yet. Do we have anything? Anyone know of anything abnormal? I know at the end of the week we have
Yeah, we have non-farm payroll.
NFB.
Yeah, there's a few other things.
Let's go check this out then.
Yeah, there are a few other things. I forget if it's today or tomorrow.
I'll check. I've been using MyFX book for my news. It's been really good. Hit up the economic calendar and let's see what we got. It actually tells you exactly how long the news is going to hit. So we got some news for the US dollar. We got
Matt, you know what you can do too if you want? You can filter that so it only shows the high if you don't want to see all of it.
Yeah. Bank of Canada is going to talk to Bank of Japan. All right, nothing overly. Just could be some US movement here. Ethereum. I'm almost tempted to get out of that trade and then wait for the market to open because it likes to swing pretty good. So I think I'm going to exit the trade right now. Sorry, guys. And that's only because I didn't pay attention to the time. And at 9:30 is when the stock exchange opens. So that one I consider it slush. It was a 0. Yeah, Krasmir, you're absolutely 110% correct. You need to set a stop loss. The market is not 100% predictable. We do have some of the best tools available, but you're not going to get 100% accurate. And then no, if you do have a system that's 100%, you let me know, please. I could potentially reward you handsomely. So we just tried to do the setups here. We got a great crew here. We got 76 people on the call. Just checking through. A lot of names that I recognize. Hey, happy belated birthday, Harrison. I was gonna message your I saw your post on Facebook or whatnot. I talked to your dad a lot, so. Well, not a lot, I know. We only connected on 3 occasions, but he's just a super guy. Let's see if we got a setup here. All right, someone asked about silver. Now I've traded silver. Okay, that just the spread is brutal. At least when I looked at it. XAGUSD. So let's go check. Oh yeah, I blew that up. XAUG. Here. This is how you customize whatever you want to trade, right? You have to make it represent whatever your broker. And obviously my broker is not going to say XAUGUSD. It's going to be XAGUSD. And now you see how it's all black. So we're good. So average daily range of 52 out of 67 for the last 10 days. Weekly open was 52. My spread is 5, right? 5.2. That is not cool because anyway, I don't like that spread, but whatever. What are you looking at? No, the other Harrison. Sorry. There's 2 Harrisons. My bad. I didn't want to call out anyone's last names. I didn't know there was 2 Harrisons here. No, I don't know. I don't know your father. That's funny. That's funny. All right. So silver, we got a double bottom, 2 bottoms, right? We got a strong zone here. We're coming down. Overall, we're in a uptrend, kind of an uptrend. Most recently, kind of down, but I would be waiting until there is a very clear sign of a buy. I like it long better than short because I think there's more possibility for it to come up here than it is for it to come down. This kind of looks like 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I don't want to talk about something I'm not very comfortable in, but it just looks like it's been moving interestingly. This is a bounce, right? This is a clean bounce. It's fine. The problem is, and the issue is that it's so far away from price. So if you were to take this trade, you'd have to put your stop loss like way the heck down here, right? So you're better off waiting for it to come down and then have an entry. For me, there's nothing here to trade for me. That's about it. Sorry, Tedman. Nothing else on there. Let's see. All right, so we talked about the pound CAD and the pound Swiss. So you guys made some pips on the London session. I, unfortunately, due to other responsibilities and whatnot, I can't make the London sessions. I can't. It's just too hard on me. So look at that bounce on the AIRO moving average. That's interesting. There's a lot to that AIRO moving average. It's cool. So US 100 is actually, look at that melt. That's interesting. Oh, that's on the 1 though. Nothing to play with. I just want to go check German 30 real quick. I do a lot of indices now. Look at this thing go. This is out of the chute. You didn't have a lot of success on the New York sessions, eh? It's because the pound pairs move really good in the London sessions. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. We got a S&P 500 set up short, and this is why I got out of the trade. Okay, because you don't know what you don't know, especially at market open. So that was a good save, CB. Thank you for reminding me about market open. This could have been painful. See, it broke through that previous zone. Overall, we're still in an uptrend, right? So we could have a bigger zone of consolidation. On the 5, we are in. Let's see, we're getting in some rough territory. On the 15, what do we got? We're on a downtrend in the 15. Got a lot of red zones. This could be interesting. That's a second arrow, though. Let's go see what else. What do we got overall? Higher level picture. All right, let's go see GCAD. How about that? Oh my goodness, I was muted. I'm sorry, guys. I accidentally muted myself. I wonder how long was I? Did you guys not hear me for like 5 minutes? Anyway, let's pretend that didn't happen. What do we got in German 30 here? Look at this. There might be a nice buy opportunity later. Oh, Chris, yes, you're right. Okay, that was a long time ago. I'm terribly sorry. I just didn't want you guys to overhear my kids in the background. So let's go GCAD. Oh, Chris, nice. So you caught over 50 pips on the German 30 and you just stayed in it. That is fantastic. That's cool. And I love the fact that you just stayed in it. It just shows like we all trade a little bit differently. And reality is that what I do may not suit someone in particular, or maybe the way I trade is not conducive to your growth, but maybe there's one thing that you can learn or observe and see that you want to start applying. That might change or help you to get to consistency, because I've gone through several transitions over the course of my last 4 or 5 years of trading, and every time has been transformative and closer to hitting my the goals that I want to do. So in the end, I mean, 50 pips on German 30, beautiful. Well done. That's perfect. Let's go take a look here. GCAD. So here's the analysis based on GCAD. So overall, we're looking short, right? Downtrend 15. I don't want to overcomplicate AIRO because Nate has done such a great job simplifying it and making it a system that is very understandable and very beginner friendly and even advanced friendly. Something that anyone can take this system and start adding layers to it. You know, I've got a couple indicators that I like to use and a couple systems. You see, like here's your S&P. You see that? See this big, like, see this? This is why you don't trade the indices before the market open. Look at this. I don't know if CB's still here, but this is bad. This is bad if I was long. Oh yeah, I can maximize my screen. I'm sorry. I forget some people are on different devices. So let's go GCAD. Let's do some analysis real quick. Let's see if we got something. So this was my original analysis on GCAD. I did this last night because I was curious. Someone sent me a message, said, hey, what do you think about GCAD? I'm like, well, it's still too early. Still too early. I don't overall like it. So here we got another trend line here, right? We got lots of trend lines. I use a lot of trend lines because I like them, and not all of them work. But when they do, they're great. When they don't, you just adjust them a little bit, and then maybe they'll play out. I'm going to adjust this a little bit because I drew this way earlier on, and I drew it on a different time frame. Here. That's fine. That's cool. So this is where I had it. And what concerned me was the break. This is the trend line that I really liked from the top here. And I had this trend line drawn before this candle closed. I didn't adjust this afterwards. And it was also before, well, I let that wick happen, but whatever, didn't matter. So from here, it looks like it's a downtrend, guys, even from this overall move. So what could happen, okay? I'm not forecasting anything, okay? But the reality of the situation is that it could end up going about here. And the reason it is, okay, there's a whole bunch of reasons behind it, but we can use Fibbo retracements. And then we could be somewhere at the 60% retracement level at that point. So hold on a sec. Cool. So this is what I could see. I could see a short. I could see it short till about 1700 or so. All depends. Mark, I will do my best to keep this as open as I can. I can't close this screen though. That's going to end our call. Let's go back to AIRO. Let's see if we got some setups. Potential. Got lots of 5-minute alerts here, guys. Let's see Aussie yen. Aussie yen is not a currency pair that I would be trading during the New York session because they're both they're both currencies that move in the Asian session. So there's nothing here, not on this. It's only moved 40% of the ADR, so it still has some room. Still has about 20 pips of room, so that's not too bad. Euro GBP. Sorry, I saw that in the chat. For currency pairs to analyze, please put them in the Q&A section. That way they don't get lost and you don't feel like I have forgotten about you. I got a lot of stuff going on at once, so sometimes it does happen. Here, check this out. I got something nice for you guys on Euro GBP. How about that? Let's see a setup here. Hold on. Euro GBP. Euro GBP. And then I'll explain what I think is going to happen with the Euro GBP. GJ on the 15. Okay. So right here on the 5, this is what I see. I got a wedge. I got a trend line. I got a strong wedge. Okay. We're at the top of the wedge. Now I like to do another little something, right? So this is a strong trend line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. So if it does break through here and go up and break this could be a trap area, as my good friend Al would say. This could be a trap area. This is your potential move once it goes through. So if it breaks through the top, this is your potential target. If it breaks through the bottom, this is where you could go. This is a trap. So let's go see what AIRO has to say. AIRO says strong sell. So based on AIRO alone, we're at the top of the zone. If we do put a sell order here, my stop is on the other side of this trend line. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad risk to reward. Since we have, let's go check AIRO one more time. David Nash, I am going to get that question answered in just a little bit, right after we do this. So I don't like this arrow. This arrow is not cool. I'm looking for a down arrow. I need it to bounce off of this zone because you see the strong trend line that I had on my other charts are right here. You can see the, it's not going to be as exact, but it is there. See, that's that trend line. I'm not taking a buy into there. I'm just looking for a sell. So if a trade setup with a sell happens on Euro GBP, then I will potentially take a look at that and maybe take a trade. What was the other ones? Oh, that's super easy. Pound yen. Pound yen on Chris Castillo. Pound yen. So you've been short for a few days in drawdown. It hasn't hit your stop loss. Are you saying you were short here? Because that's where, yeah, see, that's a really strong uptrend. That's a really strong uptrend. Last week sometime. Yeah, so you got in on this way down. So basically what was happening is there was a whole bunch of resistance zones here in the red. So that's why you took it to the short side. Makes sense. This is what I like though. I like that it didn't make a higher high. It never broke this high, which is a good sign. I'm just going to do a little bit of things with pound yen. See what we got going on. Pound yen. What do we got? Let's go 15. So the first thing I do whenever I take a look at a chart, I'm going to find trend lines. I like to find the tops. Okay, this is cool. I like to go from the bottom, kind of connect as many dots, try to find out where price has come, and then here's your wedge. So this is kind of a consolidation pattern. And now, don't mind me, I love, like, this is my video games, right? This is what I love doing. So what I wanted to see here, and I'm going to show you something, is from here to there, you can put that stick right there at the break. And most of the time, you're going to hit your target. I exclusively use wicks. I do not use bodies. I do not use bodies. It drives me crazy when people draw their trend lines and they use bodies, because price at a lower time frame is the wick. So be specific so that you can have a tighter stop loss. My stop loss is on the other side of this if I'm taking this short. I'm not going to do this because that's going to make my stop loss much bigger. Actually, look at this. So if I put my stop loss on the other line, it's already broken that. It's invalidated this trend line. This trend line is not valid. This is a valid trend line, at least in what in professional circles, right? You want to take a couple extra seconds and put your trend lines on there properly. What do you got on GCAD, man? What time frame? Is GCAD finally breaking out? Because we were waiting for something to happen. On the 15? Yes. Short. Okay, wait. See, you got no bounce. You got no bounce. You got no arrow on the 15. So what you're doing is you're potentially, you're going to need some other system to get in there. So that's a third hit on the trend line right here. I can tell you that. And that is going to be a valid trade all day, right? Third hit on a trend line, boom. I'm not chasing that. I would want to see it break lower than this green zone. On the 5 minute, you got to bounce. Leon, that's great. Thanks, man. We really appreciate the feedback. Sometimes we just do it and we don't hear a whole lot of feedback about some of the things they see. It just makes it so much worthwhile when we hear that people are taking advantage and getting consistency. Let's check this out. Yeah, you know what, Leon? I'll be honest with you. I do like to trade the lower time frames. Because I like the precision that it allows, but I do keep in mind the higher time frames. I'm always looking at the 15. Okay, 15 is kind of the boss, but I will go down to a lower time frame to get an entry. So this might be interesting. You see this big wick down here and this other big wick. So now, if we break under here, or this could be our bounce point, guys. Remember how I said three bounces is good? Well, you have a green zone. This is not an arrow trade because you're not going to get an arrow down here. You're not gonna have an up arrow here because it has to be, the arrow moving average does two things. One, it flips the color of these bars, okay? If it's above the moving average, then it's gonna be green. If it's below, if it closes below, it's gonna be red. Furthermore, it's not gonna generate an up arrow until price is on top of the moving average. In this case, it's below, so it's only gonna give you shorts. Mark, are you saying long or short? Because right now, this is not a trade I would be taking. I'm just saying there's a potential that you could, because we're in an uptrend efficiently, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. NAS 100, what do we got? Hold on, I'm gonna pause everything and go see NAS real quick. What do we got? Bounce, arrow. I don't know if we're in a downtrend or not. We're in an uptrend. All right, so we're looking for buys. We're not looking for shorts. On the 5, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? We're in a downtrend. It's actually been pretty good. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're kind of in the middle. This might be, where's Jackie? I would love to, Mark, you're saying short on GU. See, I don't have an arrow on the on this. And my concern with GU, I'm going really fast, guys, because I'm trying to answer all the questions and get through. But I also want to bring some additional value and get you guys in a good trade here. GU. So GU, this is what I'm seeing, and this is why I have a little bit of concern with it. It's right now in the middle of a wedge, something that is not really overly tradable. These consolidation zones are going to be problems for a lot of people. GU and GCAD are doing the same thing because they're very similar. They're both going to move in the same way. They're pretty highly correlated. So this is kind of what I see. So I got a trend line here, I got a trend line there. If you got a bounce here, maybe, but this is consolidation. This is bad. This is not something I'm touching for me. Okay, I get it. Right. But yeah, completely, right? Like this trend line, boom, 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 boom. Like you got lots there. You can take it short. You know, it's just for me, and the way that I've been trading, I just don't see it the same way you do. And it's completely fine, right? Because we all trade a little differently. We have a little all right, let's go, David. Quick things. Let's go see the this is way too much consolidation for me. We got Ripple. Let's go see what Ripple's doing. Someone get rinsed on Ripple. Oh, it's back up. Look at that. You know what's interesting? Everyone says that Ripple and crypto is not a technical, you can't trade it technically. Let me show you something. Let me show you how you can actually trade Ripple using technicals. Because Ripple is like anything else. It's subject to the same realities as, remember, this is hindsight, okay? This is a little different. Hindsight's always going to be 20/20, so don't mistake that. But remember what I said about the stick? when you go halfway through the wedge and you put the stick here, and it goes there about 65 or 70% of the time, that can be a target. I'm going to show you something really cool, and then we'll go from there and try to find a nice trade setup. But if there's too many lines, I'm sorry, guys. That's just the way that I've been doing it for the last couple of years. I like lots of lines. Oh, you're so funny. No way. When you're drawing trend lines, how to calculate the length of your vertical stick that gives your team? Oh, you're totally fine. Here, look. What I'm doing is there's no stupid questions, okay? Don't be that way. It's not the way it works. We're all at different levels. Most people don't have 8,000 hours worth of chart time and trading, right? Because it's just a reality. So sacrifices a lot of time learning, a lot of time with my kids and stuff, learning this trade, because I believe it can really change people's future if they put in the right amount of effort and work and consistency. So here, what you do is you draw your wedge, right? And then you take your stick, you put it somewhere in the middle. So you generally about the second hit, because you want 3 hits on your trend line. Alternatively, you could use this stick too. There's 2 targets. This is the more aggressive target, and this is the more conservative target. This is the target that I always use. I like it better. But there are no stupid questions, okay, guys? No stupid questions. All right, David Nash, we're getting to your question now. How do you open multiple arrows? So, AIRO dashboard, super simple. I'll give you a trick too. Why do I use the monthly chart? That way I don't accidentally close it, because I don't trade off the monthly chart. So if I see a monthly chart, I know not to close it. Hope that makes sense. So if I want to turn this into an AIRO dashboard, all I got to do is I can make as many AIRO dashboards as I want. Probably best not to do 2, you know. You want to have your exotics on one dashboard, and oh, NAS 100, hold on. Short. Wow. Just trying to check this out here. That's 100. And then I promise I'm going to show you how to create more than one AIRO dashboard. Okay, this is cool. This is breaking that trend line on the 15. You see how it was in the uptrend kind of? This is your price channel. So I am not opposed to potentially taking that. That's your, there's the wedge there, you see? And here's the stick. Now, understand this is the 15, so I'm not, I'm doing this on the 15, but if I am trading it, I'm going to go down to the 1 or 5. So this could be your potential target if you were to take this short. Now let's go back to AIRO real quick, see if we got that same potential setup here. We got an uptrend. Uptrend on the 1, and then downtrend on the 5. So no bounce here on that zone. But for me, I'm thinking this is kind of up in the air. Because now you're going counter trend on this one on your time frame that you're trading. This is where wedges come into play and can allow you to get get in places where AIRO won't let you if you follow all the rules. Let me just make sure I closed out any trades. Okay, let's go check the 1 minute real quick. You see how it broke this trend line? This is a pretty clean trend line. It's she's good, right? You got a hit, hit. Here's a little breach. Actually, I'm gonna adjust this just a hair. There we go. All right. Yeah, look, see? Now that that's a clean short, but I don't know if I want to chase it. I think I'm gonna take a little piece. I'm gonna use a very low lot size because my stop loss has to be on the other side of this trend line. To be safer, it has to be over here. That's a pretty big stop. But I am taking it short. I just took it short. I'm going to put my stop. It's a very small position. Okay. Just understand that. Very small. It's the smallest position that you can take on this. And I'm going to take it to here. I'm going to take it until I start seeing some major trouble here. So let's throw some indicators on here. So we got fractals. Fractal high. Okay. Real quick. Let's see. Might be in this for a little bit. Here's your 1362 cross, which I like. Exponential moving average 1362. When it crosses, it can identify the direction of trend. If it comes up and closes higher than this candle, I'm out. Yeah, this is not NAS 100. This is not, I'm going to repeat again, this is not an AIRO trade. This would not be a trade you could take with AIRO. You don't want to be taking, look at that bounce off that zone, right? That zone on the 1 minute. It is counter trend. As it bounced on that zone, I don't think that zone was there before. I don't know if it was. I don't remember it being there. I'm not going to let it come too far against me because I entered so late. The great entry would have been right at the break here. As it broke and it came back and tagged, then a person could enter. See, I don't like this. Let me see the, where's my Bollinger Bands? What do we got? We're fine then. So Bollinger Bands that I've been using, I've got a 32 length and 3 standard deviation. It's been very good for me. Let's see where we want to take this to. So generally, yeah, I'm gonna exit. If it drops, then it drops, but I'm gonna exit here. Just a sec. Just a sec. Just a little bit. Okay. I didn't exit yet. I don't mind going break even, right? So to me, if I can hold on to a trade to potentially break even, then that's fine. Considering that we would have entered this trade super late, break even is acceptable. And if it goes down if it goes deep, then great. Right now I'm up a couple pips. Here, check this out. One more line. So it could come up here and bounce on this. Let's get rid of this. Don't want there to be too much there. What do we got here? Yeah, it's a big drop. That's a big drop. Just gonna see what's gonna happen here. Close your eyes for a minute. There's gonna be lots of stuff on here. I just don't want it to seem overwhelming. Don't worry about all the stuff you see. I'm gonna stay in this trade, and I'll explain why. So this RSI here is indicating that this is, you see how it's overextended, and then here it's lower. So at this point, that's a good sign. Now I got the stochastic with a cross, and you see how it just kept on going down. Even though it crossed again, it continues to head on its way down. There's a whole bunch here. I don't want to get overly complicated. That's Williams percent R. I started looking at Williams because of the fractals. I think I'm going to be out of the trade. If it comes up and breaks that trend line, I will be out of the trade. That is my hard stop, just so everyone knows. Well, the trend line's holding for now. I don't want to talk too soon, though. So we'll see what's going on. Right now, it's break even. It's a couple pips. I'm going to let it break through and take a tiny loss, potentially, but I'm not going to let it go too far. Because it could break down significantly. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see. You don't need much on NAS to really hurt you or make a significant amount of profit. So that's why we want to be as tight as possible. And that's why I use trend lines, because I can get in tighter and have tighter stops, and I don't have to risk as much. Or I can load my lot size up and make significantly more per pit. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. It's consolidating quite a bit. It's actually forming a little 1 minute wedge. There's that candle. I am so interested to see how this thing plays out. Let me see. Give me a second. Let's go see what I'll put this on AIRO for you guys. You guys can watch it here. And I am gonna go check something out. Let's see. What time is it? 10:15. We got another minute, and that's that candle that I didn't want. So this is one of the reasons you don't chase trades, because you're going to catch the bottom of it. I'm still in the green for now, but my trend line that I drew is it breached it. So that may be time to exit with a small loss. I'm going to see if I can get break even one more time. I'm not liking the way it's been playing right now. Might be a flag. See, that's why trend lines aren't always going to be 100%. Can't get married to your trend line. They're easy to draw and just as easy to delete. And the picture in trading can change over time. As you see certain things happening, you may want to adjust the way that you. That's why I don't set trades and forget them. Let's see what the 1 minute looks like. 1 minute moves really fast, so. Nothing really to. So if you can see, I'm continuing to draw trend lines and wedges as it goes down, depending on how it works out. Sometimes it can be very, very profitable, and sometimes not so much. This is a pretty important trend line. This one's more important than the other one that I drew. that has more hits on it. You see the Bollinger Band's way the heck up there. And we're super flat. Let's see. 12-minute news for U.S. oil. Okay. Right on. Yeah, I'm just going to exit them. Closing out of all these. That's way too much. So this is why I exited. Once it broke here, I don't want to continue. Sorry, that thing didn't work out. So I think my fill was somewhere around here. One of the reasons that we don't chase trades, because then we end up getting our butt handed to us. And this is not an AIRO trade. This wasn't valid. You look at the, you gotta bounce off that zone. There's something that potentially messing around with a little bit is a counter AIRO trade. Is when there's no AIRO and it bounces off the zone and you take it in the other direction on the 1 minute. But there's nothing that I didn't take enough of those demo trades to be able to quantify my findings. Let's put it that way. Let's go see what we got going on here. What do we got? Sometimes it's hard to make out, find some good trades during the New York session. It's a real challenge. All right. So I had a question really early on. All right, David Nash, getting back to your question. So opening multiple AIRO dashboards. Let's do it this way. What you're going to do is you're going to go down to templates. You should see blackout. You're going to black it out. Boom. Next, you're going to take the AIRO Expert Advisor dashboard, put it on there. You're then going to go over the common, click allow. Okay. You're going to go into inputs. You're going to put whatever exotic pair you want to put. But just for the sake of my sanity, we'll just do a couple of these. Or you can put your own pair list, right? Own pair list. You put whatever your broker says. If you want all the GBP pairs, then you just do that. Specific settings that you want to take a look at. Alert messages, you want to put true. And alert sound, you might want to put true. You don't need an email. Forget that. Template, you need to change this to AIRO. And then you're going to go down here. And I like to put 10 or 20, depending on what we're trading. Not a big deal because that's just the ADR. And then boom, it works. Right? Now I got 3 dashboards. I'm not going to keep 3 open, okay? For the sake of And then you can change the times. I don't trade the big ones there. Oh, look at that. There's that NAS. So it hit that the mean of the 34 Bollinger Band and rejected and went down, but I was already out of the trade. I didn't like the way it was going. David, did that answer your question? Are you good? You happy? You smiling? Kristen, great question. I noticed that I'm learning to do a lot better on my trend lines. I've also noticed that either my trend lines are not accurate or there is instances where it'll break my trend line that's good for 2 or 3 candles, then back down. Trend lines are not infallible. So I don't marry my trend lines. I don't make a commitment to them. For example, on the Dow, if I was to draw a trend line, you know, this is kind of what I would do. On the 1, this is what I would do. You know, on the Wix, I'm going to get rid of this and that just so it doesn't confuse. If I go down to the 5, you see it looks very similar. This is just the price channel. I don't trade US 30, by the way, because it moves too fast for me and my anxiety can't handle it, just being honest. It is not something I have the stomach to handle. You want to see something cool? You can make a ladder out of this, and it's it's actually wedges and wedges, right? So you have a wedge, and as you go down, you got another little wedge and a break. And here, so you can actually check this out. Just showing you something that you might be able to use. Maybe you're like, oh, he's just drawing a ladder. I was like, whatever. I'll show you what this looks like on the 1-minute chart, and then you'll see if this is something you want to, why trend lines are so cool. So we're just having fun, okay? So this might work, it might not. I will, you see how it kind of holds price as it breaks. So here is what we were talking about, like the middle of the wedge. And then your stick. And then you make you can make that drop is going to be the same all the way across. So that same take profit can be taken all the way down. So instead of just taking one entry at the break, you can take one and then exit, and then take another one and exit, take another one, exit, take another one, exit. Or you can take a bigger position and take out part of one and part of one and part of one and part of one as it goes down. So now you're locking in profit the whole way down. You see that big break that happened at the market open? Thank goodness CB told me not to hold the trade longer than that. Just a second. All right. So we got that U.S. crude nose oil, U.S. crude coming up in 1 minute. So something's going to happen here. This one makes me bitter because I chased the trade, so I broke my own rules. I always tell myself never to chase trades. There's always better setups. And it just didn't pan out. So let me see if we got another trade set up. Got gold. Wonder what gold's doing. Can't take that. I'm not taking silver. On the 1, all right. Oh, it just went straight through there. That's probably the news, guys. That's probably the news. That news announcement with oil. So we got bounce, gold, bounce, AIRO, 5. Maybe. Let's see gold on the 5. Gonna do something real quick. Oh, that's the 1 minute. You see the W? It's kind of like that consolidation pattern. I'm not liking this. This is a very strong point area that it rejected at. It's rejected at that price point a significant amount of times. I don't know if I can find a good entry on this. See how we're kind of flat. See if we can identify a little price channel there. So we're at the bottom of the channel. Let's see AIRO. What's AIRO saying? Bounce AIRO. This is the second AIRO. Looks like there's room to the upside. Yeah, let's Jotian, sorry. Oh, you're fine, CB. No worries. Appreciate you taking time out of your day. I'm probably gonna end up having to cut the session short because I've got a couple things I have to rush through. So you see how this move is almost the same move as this, and almost the same move as this, and almost the same move as this. Now we're at the bottom. So if I wanted to put my stop loss, it would be right under there. So let me see. I might take this as a buy. Just a small one. Just a small little buy. And just for the record, my stop is going to be on about 2 or 3 pips under there. So 1779, and I'm happy with that. After this gold trade, let's go check the GU. GA and GBP USD and GBP CAD, they are very, very similar in their movements. Actually, if you want to see something interesting, just while we're watching this gold trade, going into my FX book, you're going to be able to find the correlator. So it's actually a pretty cool tool. I use it often. It's the correlation. So here you have all the different currency pairs and how they're correlated one to another. The higher the number, the higher they're correlated, and the lower the number, well, they're inversely correlated. So for example, GBP CAD and Aussie CAD are 87% correlated. If I was to look at this one here, that's another highly correlated USD CAD. So USD CAD and GBP CAD are highly correlated. Where's this one compared to the US? Where's USD? GBP USD, this one. Third one from there. It's only 51%, so they're not really highly correlated as I expected at this time. It does change every once in a while, though, so this has to be reviewed. See, what's interesting here is it's not doing exactly the same run. You see this one, it had exactly the same run, and it went straight down, and it went straight up, and it went consolidated a little bit, and then went up again. So it might do something like this. This is not a big move. This is just like a $2 move. Let's go check GU. I'm going to bring this one over here because I'm actively watching that gold trade. I'm happy with that buy. And I think my target's going to be 1792 is my target on that one. And the reason on that is because it's before the red zone. Understand that I do like to trade with very, very tight stop losses. You see here, I'm going to show a little something. So target's going to be somewhere up here. That's maybe I won't even take it that far, but whatever. I was on the 15-minute chart, so I got a little confused. sorry. On here, your stop would be underneath the previous swing low. That's pretty far for me. So what I did is I did the trend line. So instead of having my stop here, I have my stop here, which means that if I risk 2% of my trading account in that means every time the trade goes this, I'm making 2% of my trading account. Now, on the other hand, if my stop loss is under here, every time it goes this length, I'm making 2%. So this is 2. I'm not calculating this exactly, but this looks like if you get to the top here, that's 5 times your risk. So kind of like a 5-to-1 risk to reward. My numbers were a little bit messed up, so I'm actually looking at this as a target now. 1784. I'm gonna set that there. I don't trade a lot of gold, like almost never do. If you wanted a little bit safer of a stop, you could put it under here. And the reason you can is because this is where that drop happened. And then you see it hesitated and it went up. This means this is a point that has a lot of value. So I'm actually going to switch it to 1778. Going to give it a little bit more room because I think it has more room to the upside. It might just come down and challenge that. So I don't want to get stopped out or wicked out. All right, so GBP USD, let's go check this out. I'm going to move this over here. I'm watching it on my other screen. The best thing you can do is invest an extra $100 and buy yourself another screen. Ever since I have a couple monitor setups, it's been very, very good for me. You don't need a lot of screens, but having an extra 1 or 2 is going to help you. So GU short. So what do you think? We'll make this a little bit more interactive. We talked about it a couple times. GBP USD, GBP CAD. See this mess? Nothing clear. It's not clear to me. And if it's not clear to me, then I'm not taking a trade because I don't want to be sitting in slush in mess. GBP USD. Let's go check this real quick. Oh my goodness, my little guy is so excited. Look at this thing go. So this is a 1 minute chart. I already did some analysis on GU. This is that. So what I'm looking for GU before I take that trade is breaking through here. If it breaks through here, I'll be in there. If it doesn't, then I'm not in there because either I'm going to take it short to somewhere, and you might see this. I'm breaching that. That's not good. So if it comes up here and it rejects and I get some kind of signal and confirmation from AIRO, then I would take it down to here, because it's going to continue to potentially get tighter and tighter until it eventually breaks. But GU is going to be short, even though we are in trend, so there is room to the bottom, right? There's more room to the bottom than there is to the top. I just don't like it, that's all. I don't go with the first 1 minute candle that breaks the trend line, because that, like you've seen, trend lines are not infallible. They're got some questions in the chat. What we got here? Yeah, that's true. All right, so Kresmir, put your questions in the Q&A section, my friend. That way I don't lose it. Swiss yen, are you in some drawdown with the Swiss yen, my friend? And it probably has to do with another product that we offer. So let's go see. Swiss yen. Let's go see. Oh, so are you in shorts? Okay, yeah, figures. All right, so what's good about this is that you didn't make a higher high. So Swiss yen, I don't want to give you some false confidence because my crystal ball is like lost. And but here, you see that big dip? That I like that. Since you've been in a trade for a significant amount of time, we're going to go to a higher time frame. I have a better idea. So So this is how I would use my Fibbo, right, guys? You go from the origination of the move all the way to the top of the run. And I use the wicks. Some people use bodies, whatever. It's up to them. The 2036 is an interesting area. Price likes to hit there. Now that it's gone lower than 23.6, almost to 38.2, it makes me believe that it wants to come down more. Now, if you've been in this for a couple weeks, or months potentially, because if it started taking shorts here, you've been in it for a significant amount of time. So this could be Swiss yen. Oh, bag Telegram chat. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a rough situation all around. I don't like that because I only have 2 heads. We'll have to go see. Oh, sorry, Jessica. The chat is gonna be in the air. I think it's part of the setup process. It should be. Let me see. No, that's not gonna work. Just a sec here. Here. I think that's it. Yeah, you're right. That one doesn't work. All right. So I'm going to have to find out from Nate why that link doesn't work. Give me just a second. All right. Either way, I'll Jessica Zachariah. All right, let me find you anyway. I'll find you in Telegram and I'll send you a message. Can't seem to find you. Yeah, I don't know what to say, Chris. Krez, I'm gonna call you Krez. How about that? I don't know what to say. Basically, just make sure you have enough margin to let the system take you out of the trades. That's the only thing. Let me see if I can find you on Facebook then. Gold is moving. Something's moving. I like things that move. How about that? XAU. Oh yeah, look at that. Broke right through that wedge. Right through that formation. Second arrow on that bag. And that was good. That was real good. Let's go see. What did we say earlier? We said we're going up. Yeah, I'm gonna find. Yeah, gold. All right, Rajiv. Thank you so much for coming. Really hope you have an awesome day. And it's always good to have you around. Yeah, Chris, I would just make sure that you have enough breathing room. If I was to do gold again, because I already hit my take profit on gold. Where's that? XAU USD. This is 30, 15, 5. $20. Nice. Great job, Chris. Yeah, you see how it likes to come up here? And then once it does, it likes to kind of bounce again. I'm not a fan of entering where I did. I didn't look at my chart at all. I just got a little bit excited. You see why you want your take profit to be kind of an intersection of two lines. Now we're probably going to go down again. What I like here is that we're making higher lows and lower highs. Sorry, higher highs and higher lows. So we're kind of like in an uptrend. You see 1, 2, 3. It's always making higher lows. I'd be surprised if it comes all the way back down here. Yeah, that's good, Chris. But just keep in mind that you're going to want to be very cautious, because eventually, when it goes and does the same thing over and over again, it's going to stop doing the same thing over and over again. And you don't want to get pinched, especially on gold, depending on your lot size and whatnot. It can move really fast. Anyone have any questions about AIRO? Anything interesting? Anything that you've noticed? Any trouble with anything? All right, Jessica, I found you. All right, well, we're dropping people pretty fast. Not a whole lot of action right now, guys. I think some of us got a couple of nice trades. I've got to shut this thing down at 11 on I do apologize for having to end this early. But I am long in gold. Let's put it that way. I'm long in gold. Let's see if we can set up a potential take profit point. I hope maybe something I showed you, you can potentially use that as something that can help you, but help you in your trading. This is a strong point. This is a really strong point. I wouldn't be trying to break this. $17.85. I don't know. That's as far as I could see. But make sure with gold that you guys actually put a stop loss, because gold can eat your lunch real fast. My stop on here is going to be 7. I'm going to risk a little bit more because I need to cover this. I need to cover this bottom here, this trend line. So 17.79. It's still not really a big stop loss. Yeah, I still see it long. All right, all my friends, I just really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. Your time is precious, and I hope you got some value out of today. If you did, let the AIRO chat group chat know so that they know to come on, so we can, as a community, grow and whatnot. Anyway, looking forward to hearing from you guys if you have any feedback, and we will talk to you all sooner than later. All right. God bless, guys, and thanks for your time.